Today, we're gonna check out Gigguk's new video, Frieren Changed Me for the Better.
Logo reveal.
But before we do, like, comment, subscribe. You can find my reactions to Frieren if you click the link right up here. All right, it'll take you over to that playlist. If you're interested, you know, Frieren is kind of one of my favorite series that I'm watching right now. And honestly, maybe even ever. Also, you can find the full link as well as exclusives over on Patreon. And maybe you want to watch along live as we watch this, me and my community. We watch Frieren on Fridays when the episodes come out on Crunchyroll. I'm just saying, it's a lot of fun. We watch it on Twitch, twitch.tv/showfresh. This link for the channel is down in the description. You could join us. We have a lot of fun watching it.
Time is a precious commodity that every one of us takes for granted. Time is something we never truly appreciate until it's already gone. Time is a really cheesy way to start off this video. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I know, like 10%
I was gonna say this is kind of corny, but okay. Thank you for recognizing it.
of you are on the toilet right now just looking for a way to pass time while you poop. And another 20% of you are probably having lunch when I said that line. Frieren is one of the most popular anime currently airing and is on most people's shortlist for one of the best shows that started airing last year. The story.
I mean, honestly, one of the best shows, and it started airing last year. You know, like, not even one of the best shows that started airing last year, but one of the best shows, and it happened to start airing last year. You know, it's just fucking great.
Of a functionally immortal elf girl who truly regretted the time she didn't cherish with the people she was with and has to come to terms with what the passage of time means for her. And it's
That first episode killed me. Actually, there's been a few episodes during the season that have really got me, but the first episode killed me. The early episodes when Eiter, Eisen, Himmel, Frieren, and the cleric. I forgot his name. Eiter. Anyways, when he
this emotional crux that almost every video I've seen talking about the show hones in on.
Even though someone like her possesses more time than any of
dude, the episode with Zane, that episode got me too.
us will ever come close to having, it can pass her by just as quickly if she's not careful about it.
Myself maybe included. But as the series has gone on and I've gotten to experience more of the story, past even what I had initially read in the manga, I really think this just scratches the surface of what Frieren has to offer and the tale it is evolving into. That alone would not have been enough to keep its throne as the top-rated anime of all time for so long. That alone would not have been enough to start its own cultural phenomenon here in
Frieren's
Japan.
fucking
That
great.
alone would not have taken one of the most poignant, emotional series to come out in years and had every single aspect of it looted by so many goddamn talented fan
not surprised.
artists. Jesus Christ!
Not
I thought
surprised
this
at
was
all.
meant to be an emotional show. That was not a complaint. I don't think I fully did the
that was
series
not
justice.
not a complaint though. Is listen, I cannot believe you do this, but keep doing it, please. Oh my god.
In the video I made 2 years ago, so I wanted to revisit Frieren because now that the anime is coming to an end, I've seen
I can monetize another video about it. People are still talking about it. Time to make more money. I mean, let's be real, dude. While things are trending, you want to hop on the trend. You want to, make a little bit of money. You want to, you want to get the subscribers. You want to get the recognition. You want people to notice, watch the video. I mean, hey, listen, I would never shame anybody for it. I fucking do it. I watch a lot of seasonal anime because it's currently trending. That's why I don't upload videos of non-seasonal anime to the channel because they're not trending. People aren't really going to watch those. They're not going to search for them. People are going to search for the seasonal stuff that they just watched like maybe hours before I uploaded my video, you know?
seen it evolve from a series with a unique concept and a hard-hitting beginning to an all-around masterclass in the fantasy genre that seems to be
The
doing
Denkin
just
stuff
about
during this arc is
everything.
great.
A proper old-school fantasy adventure.
The demon
lessons that
arc,
hit
when
deep,
we get
emotional
introduced to
moments,
demons,
romance, the bloody tuning exams. This show is doing it all, tying
It's
it
got
all
it all,
back to that
yeah.
one thing: time. Because it is time to talk about today's sponsor.
Yo, I know the last video. I remember the last video. I think it was the last one that I watched for Gigguk's videos. I actually just sat through the sponsor. Kind of wild. But this sponsor's not paying me, so Wait, what is the sponsor?
Store. Let's get back to Frieren. Coming into the Frieren anime,
cool.
I already knew how hard the beginning episodes were going to hit from my experience with the manga. It gave us an interesting perspective of how time moves through the eyes of a long life being and hit like a truck looking for its next isekai protagonist. But the big, humongous Frieren burger-sized question mark was, where do we go from here? Having the story start at the end of another story is a cool idea, but...
That was me. I was that guy. That was me, guys.
Where do we go from here? Having the story start at the end of another story...
That's me.
Story is a cool idea, but how do you make that interesting in the long run? I've seen plenty of series that have presented this really cool concept.
Oh my god, dude. When they introduced Stark? Kraft. When they introduced Kraft, oh. Love Kraft.
To in the opening episodes and then failed to capture the emotional peak we saw at the beginning, which caused me to make sweeping statements like, I don't think it's the best show of all time. No. I don't even think it's the best show of the year. I would argue that it might not even be the best show of the season. Now, long-term viewers of this channel will know that I am never wrong, except when I am absolutely wrong. So let's break down just how wrong I was. Frieren's opening was so strong that it had the Vinland Saga effect on me, where the
Wait. Oh, yeah, I must have missed this Trash Tape. Listen, I watch Trash Taste. All right, you've probably seen me wearing Trash Taste merch in previous episodes. I watch less Trash Taste now than I did back in the day. I used to watch every episode of Trash Taste, probably to like 100 and something, but probably not until 186. I still watch a Trash Taste episode here and there. Still mad respect for the boys. But yeah, I must have missed that. Gigguk literally said Frieren was not the best thing airing during that anime season. How early on was this? When did episode 186 come out? Hold on. We gotta do some research here, because that's kind of wild. Now I understand if you like, obviously JJK, so maybe 186. He must not have been talking about Frieren. Yeah, there's no way. Okay, that makes sense.
Of all time? No. I don't even think it's the best show of the year. I would argue that it might not even be the best show of the season. Now, long-term viewers of this channel will know that I am never wrong, except when I am absolutely wrong. So let's break down just how wrong I was. Frieren's opening was so strong that it had the Vinland Saga effect on me, where the prologue was so good in its own bubble, I forgot that was what it was meant to be. A prologue. A story that gives us the introductory baseline for the real oversized meat plate of the story to come. What the fuck is up with all these characters eating comically large portions of food? But the question remains, where do you take a story that takes place in a world where the main story has already ended? There's this one masterclass where Aaron Sorkin, the writer of A Few Good Men, Social Network, West Wing, talks about
intention and obstacle.
Characters need an intention, a goal they have to achieve that can't just be a small want, but a strong need. We need to defeat the Demon Lord or the world will end. I need to invent the nuclear bomb or the Soviets will do it first and the world will end. I need to find a girlfriend before the year ends or I won't have anyone to go to prom with. And the world will end. The stronger the need for this intention, the better. And to counteract that, you have the obstacle. The thing that prevents the character from achieving what they need to. And
all right, man. He's referencing One Piece a little too much. All right. I'm only 670 episodes into One Piece. All right. It's a little dangerous, bro. He might like start fucking putting some spoilers on screen. See, Blackbeard being the opposition for Luffy kind of looks like something that's established in episode like 150, right? When he shows up before going up, you know, when he's on Jaya going up to Skypiea and stuff, kind of establishes this could be a fucking bad guy. And then over time, we've seen him pop up more and more and more. And he's always been that like threat. Even now where I am, which is at the beginning-ish of Dressrosa, I won't be reading comments, by the way, because we're talking about One Piece and I don't fuck with any One Piece spoilers. So even where I am towards the beginning of Dressrosa, maybe I don't know how deep this arc goes. You know, some arcs are shorter, some arcs are longer. He's even making an appearance through being the, you know, just being on the transponder snail when the one guy from his crew is part of the tournament for the Flare Fruit. The guy with the luchador mask and stuff, you know? So he's always around. Anyways, hopefully Gigguk does not spoil One Piece for me.
a possibly powerful final villain, a time limit to build something that's never been built before, a man that has infinitely negative riz. The harder that obstacle is to overcome, the more compelling that journey will be. Break down a lot of TV series and movies to its basic core components and you'll probably see this framework in action. Watching Frieren made me realize that barely any of this applies to her journey. She has a vague intention, retracing her old steps to reach this mythical place that may or may not exist so she can say goodbye to her old party, but it's not something she needs to do. The world's not going to end if she doesn't, and she can still go about her life if she fails. There are some obstacles, a snowstorm that stops their travel for a month, a qualification she doesn't have in order to pass to a new area, but it's never something you think she can't overcome, and what that means is that instead of obstacles on the journey, you have stops. A lot of stops. It's not even a journey anymore, it's a fucking London bus route. If you've ever watched a show and felt like the pacing was off, or what you're watching feels
Are there a lot of stops on London bus routes?
like, for lack of a better term, filler, most of the time it's probably because the series has spent too much time on a detour that deals with a certain obstacle or something and not progressing towards that final intentional goal. But by omitting any goal that feels immediately urgent, Frieren makes it all about those detours. Some episodes...
Yeah,
can
I was
feel
gonna
like
say, I don't think there's ever been anything in Frieren that felt like filler. I think that even in these arcs that feel like you're stopping for a while and why isn't it not going to that final goal of getting to there's learning to be done. Frieren learns about people or Frieren teaches others about people, about relationships, about friendships, about bonds that are formed. We see aspects of the past creeping up to the present, and we see how things that occurred before affect her and how she might be able to relay that knowledge on somebody else, or how she might just be remembering this thing that occurred a long time ago. And like now she can kind of relive it or just remember it because she might not realize how impactful it was until this moment that she is reliving it. The series is phenomenal.
take an hour, and some feel like they can take 5 minutes, and I mean this in the best of way because it always engages you in a different way. You never question whether you're spending too much or too little time in a certain place or a certain side story, and it allows you to just get fully absorbed in the moment. And
I'm
it's
glad
in the moment
that Gigguk basically agrees with what I just said.
that the show wants to keep you. This show is all about living in the present, appreciating the time as it is now instead of regretting the past or being blinded by the future. And what
You don't regret the past? Well, there's some moments where you can see the characters might regret the past. Like, I think that by the end of this, when Frieren gets to the end, she's gonna regret not spending more time with Himmel. But over the course of this journey, she's realizing, wait, I spent a lot of time with Himmel. 10 years, a mere 10 years, wasn't so fucking mere. She actually spent so much time with him. These moments keep on popping up where she's remembering, like, oh yeah, there was that one thing that we did. There was the one moment, how we did this, we did that. And like these things keep on showing up. She keeps remembering the great times and how close she was to Himmel or to whoever else.
drives this message home so strongly is the characters. Frieren's whole spiel is that she's this long-living elf that doesn't really care about what's going on because whatever happens will have a minuscule effect on her overall life, but strip that all away and you just have a girl that is disconnected from the world around her. The way she acts is reminiscent to the character trope I probably despise the most in anime. The kudere. You've seen the ones. It's the characters that talk like this. Hello, what are feelings? These are confusing to me because I have the personality of wet cement. I'm sure there are a lot of you out there that can relate in some way of having a calm personality that gets perceived as being stoic, but all too often, instead of feeling like a human, these characters feel like an android devoid of all emotions. Fuck,
That's
a
fair.
lot of kuderes are literally androids devoid of all emotions. And as someone who's introverted
Chobit says deep cut.
and is perceived by a lot of my friends as someone who stays calm.
Wait, so
Most of the time, there is nothing I can attach to with these characters. The difference with Frieren is that she clearly has emotions. She gets happy, annoyed, sad, and regretful in her own way. She's not emotionless, she's just emotionally distant, which makes absolute sense for the lifespan she has. It's not about her learning what emotions are and feeling things for the first time. It's about her learning why it's important to value those
Bro, I feel like just water coming into my eyes whenever I see any of the shots where she makes the flower fields. Oh,
moments when you do, and being more mindful about the emotions the people around you have. And you don't need to be some immortal elf god to be able to relate to that. One of the early scenes that really hit me was when Frieren had a flashback of a party devastated they'd missed this sunrise, and she's like, why the hell do you all care? It's just a bloody sunrise. But then decades later, she has the opportunity to experience that same sunrise with Fern, who miraculously somehow was able to drag her out of bed to see what all the hubbub
love
was
this
about.
scene.
And then they do.
because it's not about the sunrise, man. It's about seeing the way that people react to the sunrise.
And it's beautiful. And Frieren's still like, yeah, it's just a fucking sunrise, isn't it? But then she finds herself enjoying the experience. Not because she suddenly got some newfound appreciation of this
Look
sunrise,
at everybody
but
else.
because she got to share the moment with the people around her that do. And
Look at that. They love the sunrise. That's what's so
damn,
great
if
about
this
it.
isn't so real. The amount of times I've gone and done something I never would have myself because I've had some mates fucking drag me out when I'd rather be doing nothing but staying inside playing some dumbass video games. And then it turns out that it's these moments that we still talk about and remember fondly when we hang out. Hey, remember that time when we decided to go camping and there was a thunderstorm and it was wet and everyone was fucking miserable, and then Russell ripped the fattest fucking fart of his life that overpowered the sound of the thunder, and I swear to God reverberated the entire bloody tent? That was some cool memory shit right there. But beyond Frieren, you also have Fern and Stark, two people who are not impossibly old like Frieren is, but still have their own troubles dealing with human emotions for the opposite reason, because they're the fucking
I
Zoomers
love
of the
Stark.
world.
Wait, I love everybody, actually, now that I think about it, dude. I love Stark. I love Fern. I love Kraft. I love Zane. I love them
Whatever
all,
that
dude.
equivalent is. You can tell they lack emotional maturity in dealing with other people. Like, for example, instead of communicating her anger and frustrations in a healthy way, Fern just bottles it all up and leaves everyone else to figure out what's bothering her, which she expresses in the most adorable bloody pout face possible. All right, I'm just saying, if I was there, I'd definitely make the situation 10 times worse, because I just want to look at her puffy little cheeks and go, booga, 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 is someone mad today? Yeah, maybe I'm even less mature than they are. But it's in that process of emotionally maturing that we get one of the best romance subplots I've seen in a...
You know what's sometimes when I hear things like that, with the moment where Gigguk's like, yeah, maybe I'm so let's just let me. You know what he did, right? He's literally just standing there doing sitting at his computer doing a voiceover. He probably did it a couple takes. He was like, yeah, maybe I'm a little less emotionally mature than most. I can't do it. I can't say it as fast as he did, because he probably fucked up so many times. He probably did so many takes. Yeah, maybe I'm a little fuck. Okay. All right. Gotta do it again. All right. Maybe I'm a little less emotional. Damn it. All right. Let me one more time. All right. Come on. I could get this line. I'll get it. All right. Maybe I'm a little less emotionally mature than you. You know, like he literally sat there doing that multiple times, probably. Whenever you have to speed through a line to deliver it a certain way, you can just imagine. By the way, every person's videos, all the videos, just think about that. Whenever those types of lines are delivered, they're literally sitting there right up in their mic, delivering that line, probably making multiple mistakes. And it's kind of funny. I do the same thing. I fuck up sometimes too. All right. It happens.
very long time. I did not get into this type
Not during the reaction, because, like, I mean, you can't really do that. If I'm trying to say something, like, for the intro, you know, or, like, during the outro, if I make a joke, you know,
of show for any kind of romance, nor did I expect it to have one, as much as the fan art was telling me otherwise. And I just want to gush about it a bit. When I see romance in anime, especially if it's some kind of romance subplot in a wider story, I often feel like it was just an afterthought, and a lot of times can feel really clunky and inorganic. Characters will go about their business for like dozens of episodes with no indication there's any romantic feelings, sometimes having negative chemistry, for the series to suddenly sprinkle in this random scene that the girl realizes she has feelings for the protagonist, and it doesn't seem like that friendship kind of feeling, but the feeling she might just want him to canoodle that poodle, if you know what I'm saying. And I'm sitting there being like, all right, I guess it makes sense. It's reasons like this that a fan base can have debates and arguments on who they ship with who, what two people they want to end up together, because in reality, any of these couples could work because the story has not done the groundwork to properly set any of them up.
They're all equally shit.
But Frieren manages to weave this blossoming relationship into its storyline that feels so natural.
Fern and Stark.
Right from the beginning, you can see that there are no mutual feelings. In fact, the two struggle with understanding each other while they are adventuring. But as they spend more time together, you can see them slowly but surely start to understand, accept their small quirks, get comfortable around the other person, and most importantly, actually have banter and some chemistry with one another. Like everything else it does, the series actually takes its time to lay the crumbs down and let you see their relationship develop, leading to this dance scene that had me screaming like a 15-year-old girl who's about to publish her first Wattpad fanfiction. Through nothing but pure visual storytelling and micro-expressions, you can see the exact moment Fern's view towards Stark shifts from a companion to a crush. The way her facial expression changes from nervousness to comfort to finally happiness. You don't need 2 pages of internal dialogue to spell out exactly what she was feeling. This is the kind of shit you normally only get to see conveyed in a live-action film with real actors, and it's executed so goddamn beautifully. No matter what Frieren tries, this show just does not seem to miss. Did I mention how hard the series goes in its action?
Oh, it goes fucking hard on the action.
That doesn't even need good action. Right now, we're going through a bloody tune-in exam arc, and when that got introduced, I was like, huh, is that the right vibe to go for here? And yet, even in this action-intensive arc, it never feels like it forgets its identity. Even with all these new characters being added, it feels like they all have something distinctive to say that ties back to the learning experience our party is going through. There is so much more I could talk about. The world building, the magic system, Evan Cole's godly soundtrack, the absolute coldest moment we got to see last year. But what I want to end this on is Himmel, who is aptly named. Because he is just him. Even though his character essentially only exists in flashbacks outside of the beginning, you can feel his influence in every action that Frieren takes.
Yes, 100%. I agree with this. Himmel is so important to the entire series. The effect that he had on Frieren and the effect that Frieren has on everyone, it stems back to the effect that Himmel had on her. Everything that Frimmel I combined Frieren and Himmel. Everything that Frieren does is a result of how Himmel was.
Lessons she learns every time she grows as a character. And I think what makes him such a great character is that he just feels like a dude. Himmel epitomizes what a true hero should be. Not because he saved the world or defeated the Demon Lord, he's just a guy who tries his best to leave a positive influence wherever he goes. He's the friend we all want, the role model we want to be.
We love
He's
Himmel.
charming, he's charismatic. He is the embodiment of everything the story tries to remind you of. I don't think it's a coincidence. This story has hit so hard for so many of
I'm gonna fucking cry. I'm gonna tear up, man. Just think about Himmel. Think about these moments. Oh,
us and become the mega hit that it has. This came out in a time when I don't think we've ever been more connected, yet distant to the people around us. We're so overstimulated day to day, constantly being barraged with informations and things you should care about. It sometimes feels like you don't want to care about anything, or at least you're exhausted about doing so. So seeing someone as emotionally distant as Frieren learning to appreciate and understand the people around her is such a powerful reminder of what we should be valuing in our own lives. Frieren doesn't preach anything we don't already know. It's about the journey, not the destination. You shouldn't take for granted the time you're given. We've heard these so many times in our lives that they can turn into cliches in our heads and forget how true and valuable these lessons are.
don't show me a bunch of fucking moments of Himmel. How dare you, Gigguk? Trying to make me fucking cry. Damn it, dude. Dude, whenever just any Himmel moments really get me, Himmel, it's because we see the effects of him on Frieren. So sometimes it's not even a Himmel moment, it's a Frieren moment. And just like you can, when it calls back to moments that she had with Himmel, oh, it just gets me, dude. I don't know what to tell you, dude. There's been so many moments where I've teared up or even just straight up cried in that, watching that anime. I love Frieren, dude. Frieren is, I'm pretty sure I have it as a 10 out of 10 on Mal right now. I don't give out a ton of 10s. I've given out less than 20 10s out of the 300 plus anime that I've seen. Frieren. So no Frieren. 10, of course. Hold on. On my profile, I've completed almost 500 things. So I probably watched 400-ish anime because, you know, it's 500 different things. That includes like second seasons, third seasons, fourth seasons, whatever. Also, you know, maybe a movie for a series. But I'd say I've completed maybe 400, at most like 420 different anime. Like at least one season of those different anime. 11 on hold, 40 dropped. So many more that I plan to watch. A lot of like great things in the past that I just have not seen. And Frieren is one of the 10 out of 10s. It's a very rare thing. I've given out how many 10 out of 10s? 19. 3% of all the anime that I watch are a 10 out of 10. Damn near 60% of the anime that I watch are 8s or 7s. I very rarely give under a 7. I think that in general, anime is good. And so I tend to at least give it a 7. In general, I like anime. I think it's good. And so maybe I rate I'm too lenient with the way that I rate, but like I like anime. So I think anime is good. In general, I give out 7s. I do. And when I don't think an anime is so good, I give it a 6. When I think it's bad, I give it a 5. When I think it's really fucking bad, I give it under a 5. Yeah, that's kind of the way that I work. 8s mean not only did I think it was good, I thought it was really good. I really like that shit. That shit was really good. And 9s become a little more rare. 10% of the anime that I've watched, I've given a 9 to. 10%. And so like that is when I think an anime is amazing. 10, it's damn near perfect. I don't think there's such thing as a perfect anime. I don't think there's a perfect anything. Perfection does not exist, in my opinion. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong to say that. It's just not a thing. Nothing can ever be perfect. There's always some sort of opposing opinion, right? That kind of negates perfection. It's hard to even reach objective perfection's crazy. Subjective perfection, sure, but like objectively, I don't know if there is such thing as perfection. Anyways, as I was saying, 3% I've given out 10s. I've given out 19 10s. All right, and I don't even know if that's entirely accurate because two things that I'm watching right now are a 10. And I don't know if there are 2 things that I'm watching right now that are a 10. Anyways, I'm kind of losing track here. I love Frieren for literally all the things that Gigguk is saying here. The man just spat facts at us all. We just got spat on. It's such a great series because of the journey that Frieren's on. And again, like he said, it's not really about the destination. As great as it'll, you know what's great about the whole story is it is very much about the journey, because when she starts on this journey, she wants to go and see Himmel to kind of figure out all the things that she missed, you know, because she didn't spend enough time with him. She wants to kind of relive, you know, talk with him, learn more about him, spend the time with him because she didn't spend enough time with him. Over the course of the journey, you know what she's finding out? She spent a lot of time with him. She spent a lot of time with him, and she actually learned so much from him in their short 10 years together than she might have learned from anyone. I mean, she learned a lot from Flum, but that's not the same. A lot of what she learned from Flum is magic based. A lot of what she learned from Himmel, functionally who she is as a person, you know? I don't know. What do you guys think about Gigguk's video? I thought that was a great fucking video. Yeah, I thought it was great. I think it really tells you everything. He's got a few jokes, a couple of callbacks. Okay, I like it. We love the jokes. But overall, it's really just, hopefully this video is, you know, it puts more people on to Frieren, because Frieren deserves to be recognized as the best fucking show of last year and potentially. You know, I mean, it's just really fucking good. So what did you guys think of that? And if you do want to check out my reactions to Frieren, the link for it will be down in the description. And till next time, make sure you all keep it fresh. Peace.